Hello and welcome to the show. I am back on Car Mechanic Simulator. Today we're actually going to hopefully try and find a proper wreck car that we can restore, essentially. The barn finds are not quite working out. I say not quite working out, they're kind of some very interesting, nice-looking cars from the barns, and I kind of want to do up a complete wreckmobile. So, where we are going to go instead is the Junkyard. As you can see, I've been playing a fair bit of this game. I've basically been doing lazy jobs. This is an example, actually, there's a little bit more, involved. Basically, I get a car that has got gearbox problems or exhaust problems, because I can just take off all of this stuff very, very quickly, and it's easy XP. And I spent a few hours, I was catching up with NASCAR. So I was kind of playing this game in the background while catching up with NASCAR races, and yeah, I'm now level 19. Once you get to level 19, I believe you unlock all of the places. I have now unlocked the car auctions as well. The racetrack and car saloon, from the research I've been doing, are not yet implemented in the game. As far as I'm aware, unless there is a sneaky way to unlock them, I don't think they are actually here as of yet. You unlock the Junkyard, I think, about level 13, 14, and that is where we are going to be heading today in the hope of finding something interesting. Well, here we are at the Junkyard. Now, there is plenty of stuff to explore around here, much like you get with the barn find areas. You can search around in these piles of junk to try and find something interesting. Most of it is in pretty awful condition, quite frankly. Most of it is around the sub 20%, so I'm not sure how much of it you can actually repair. We're going to grab some of I'm going to grab I know I can repair wheels. The repair table, while now the percentage chance seems to be working, not very many parts actually get repaired. I'm not sure if that's a bug or quite how it all works. So yeah, if I spot something that I think I might be able to repair, like an engine head, I think that's in too bad a condition, but we'll get it anyway, because it's going to cost us bugger all to bring back. There is stacks of these junk cars to search. There's another W12. so much W12 parts around. We'll go for another wheel. Oh, we could get a front exhaust section from a rotary car. That'd be interesting. Ooh, yeah. And actual vehicle-wise are proper junk cars, rather than the barn finds that all tend to be, typically, aside from the one barn find that I did when I wasn't recording, they tend to be really quite nice vehicles, and kind of less fun working on cars that are already in really good condition. We're going to get lots and lots of bits and pieces here. Sorry, I've had a peculiar thing. That ignition coil, I don't know if that's a weird bug, or that looks like a performance part, possibly, and I don't think you can get performance parts in the... I don't know, we're going to have to investigate that. These are the cars that we've got. See what I mean? Junk cars that we can restore, that we can rescue, and they are actually not too... Ooh, okay, ignore that. That one is expensive. How much are you? Okay, these are both expensive. I did briefly go here to test, and it was like 10... I say 10, less than 10,000 for most of the cars. I guess perhaps when these are done, these are more valuable cars. So this is kind of a, what is its proper name on here? Luxor Bowen. Kind of a big luxury American boat. I was trying to think of a car, and I realised I don't know my American boats particularly well. Of course, Chevy Bel Air could go for that one. Amusingly, of course, the first car that we spot when we head into here is the Moon that we've worked on previous. I say we worked on previous, the one that I stripped down for parts. This should be relative. That's 80. They might have. It might have had. There's almost an update every day with this. It might have been updated so that they're more expensive in here now. That would suck. Or maybe it's just kind of balancing out the money for them. We'll continue to search for parts. I will buy one of these cars. It's not like I haven't got too much money going on at the moment. I love how there is. Hold on. I love how there is just a racing slick in this pile of bits. There is a full-on racing slick tyre. I guess you've got to try and get rid of them somehow. Right, gearbox, we might try to do up a gear, but it's kind of... I have... Like what I was saying before, it tends to be bits need to be over 20% part condition. I have come across some bits in my sort of time rebuilding cars where it does let me work on stuff at considerably lower. Now, you can spend forever searching through all of these junk cars. We've got another bits of engine. We might be able to make an entire engine. In fact, we might... wait, we've got engine head B for an i3. Did we get an engine block? Oh, no, we've only got engine heads. So, we might actually be able to make engines out of parts. I have no doubt if you are persistent, if you search through a lot of different junkyards, you might be able to find enough parts to make an entire engine. There's so many engine heads that have just been chucked into the... This is being a good... I will go look for cars in a minute. Like, as another engine head. It's... I don't know, there's something quite fun about just scavenging through all of these places. In fact, there was more to scroll further down in this pile. Yeah, ooh, W12 turbocharger. There's something nice about farting around through these junk piles trying to find... Yeah, there's something definitely different about that ignition coil that I don't think you can get in the normal, like, normal buying ways. Okay, that could be quite interesting. Oh, that junk pile's broken, isn't it? Yeah, don't go to that junk pile. For whatever reason, it never loads. Oh, no, that one there does. Yeah, I've found that before, that pile doesn't seem to want to work. I wonder if, as I'm getting a little bit distracted by my own thoughts now, that you might have like performance parts that you can search around for in here that you can't normally buy, so you have to scavenge for bits. That could be quite cool. That'd be very cool, in fact. I mean, I know things like you can't... actually, I don't know if you can buy the W12 engine parts, because there's no car, as far as I know, that has a W12 as of yet. So, not that I've worked on. Anyway, there might be one further down the line that has one, but I've never had one come into the shop that has required W12 bits and pieces. Right, we've got stacks of engine parts. What is that over? Ooh, I've seen what I might be wanting to buy. Possibly. Don't look through every junk pile. Ooh, is that the... that's the same, that's the Luxor. I love how you've got, like, 2 bits of good... Ooh, bloody hell. How many Corvettes have you got in this corner? You're quite nice as well. How much are you? Are you going to be... Oh, you're 50. Okay, that's the cheapest one we've come across. Kind of quite fancy a Corvette. Maybe not... I say maybe not 27. I've got 118,000. I could afford to buy the nice condition cars. I'm quite tempted by you. That looks quite nice. I did also... Ooh. Oh, now that's a way to go, isn't it? Now, how much do you want for that? 23,000. We can get our own little fake Daytona. I'm tempted for the Mighty Wing, and then we've got another one of these over in this corner. I was going to show something that I've now don't know where it is in the junkyard. Now, some of these junk cars can't be searched at all. They don't have anything. Yeah, we might be able to make a V8 at this rate. We've got an engine block for a V8. We've got an engine head for a V8. There was a junk car. There it is. That it? There was a BMW 2002 Turbo. That makes me wonder whether maybe we'll see a 2002 Turbo at some point in the game. There's another engine head. I think that's that does look like one. I didn't think they were searchable, but maybe they are. The headlights, certainly, very 2000. Let's go have a look around the back of it as well. Oop, careful now. Yeah, be nice to see. Be nice to see some more. There's one as well. Yeah, pretty much 2002 Turbo. I don't think it has any... Yeah, of course, it has no badging, and so in fact that's one there as well, slightly mangled up. I'm getting distracted by... No, stop searching through... I want to search through everything, but I'd literally be here all day searching through these junk piles. I've got no head. What car do we want to get? Oh, let's get a gearbox, shall we? And I'm going to grab actually wheels while I'm going through here, just because I might be able to repair them. That's the vague hope that we can get them. I think we've got to go for the Mighty Wing. Surely we've got to go for... Is it Magnum or something? The name of the car. It is the Tempest Magnum. $23,500 for this car. The bodywork needs some welding, and unfortunately I'm not at a level where I can do that yet. That's the only problem with that. All of the bodywork, because... Whoa, hello. Do we not have collisions with you? Nope, apparently not. Yeah, the bodywork needs a lot of doing. A lot of the body frame needs doing, and that's something that annoyingly I can't at the moment. Whereas on something like this, I can take off the front bumpers. I can at least make it look a little bit more respectable. Maybe I will. Maybe I will go for... We've got to search the upside down cars. That's the general rule of FailRace. If I haven't searched already, let's get some more wheels. Sure. We'll search another BMW. There's more of these around here than I realised. I just wasn't paying enough attention at in the right places. Yeah, because I can't fix up the large amounts of that. We will, of course, get the Magnum at some point, but because I can't fix up a large amount of that, and I can't do necessarily too much with this either. But I might be happier. That's what we're going for. Might be slightly happier with this when it's done. We are going to buy, and it's a much cheaper car to buy. We are going to buy a bolt roulette. Roulette, that's as good or English as I'm going to get. Yep, 50 or 16,000. I want to place the car in my garage. Done. In fact, actually, I guess we could go buy the... Oh, we might... While we're here, you know what? While we're here, we'll buy the Magnum as well. I've got plenty of money to spend, so we'll buy you, and we will stick you in the garage, and we will stick you in the car parking. You will be there, ready and waiting, when I've unlocked the bloody welder. Now, do we have any more junk cars to search through, just in case we find another engine bit? Any more important, interesting engine bits? Doesn't really look like it at the moment. Another upside-down car, of course, to search. We have an intercooler. We have a medium intercooler. Right, no. We will go back to the garage to see what we can do with our scavenged engine parts. So, here we go. Our car is actually looking in a lot better condition. Amusingly, now that we have got it back to the... Now that we've got it back to the garage, somehow all of the rust is full. Maybe in the move it just shook all of the light rust off the car. I'm going with that one. We'll go with that story. Shall we go and stick you onto a lift? I guess that maybe the Magnum won't look too terrible. I'm glad we bought it now. Let's go and lift you up, or get you ready for lifting up. Let's have a look. What can we repair? Ooh, we can repair lots of the bits that we bought back. Fantastic. Maybe we might as well try and get stuff to 100%. We will inevitably break some of this, but we might be able to get some decent money out of it all. And we'll see if we can get a complete of anything. Right. We will, as I say, we will have broken stuff. Now I paid. Oh, we broke the V8 block annoyingly. I paid less than. Oh, no, I paid. I think $520 it is in dollars for all of those bits we got from the scrapyard, which the wheel in perfect condition is going to cover. So the engine block, unfortunately, the V8 block, either I ruined it or couldn't repair it anymore. Very good way of making money is the junkyard. It's a shame more bits can't be repaired. 600 for the turbocharger. Yeah, it's a shame more bits can't seem to be repaired, because it would be quite an interesting way of doing things. Yeah, some of the other bits are fairly crappy. But there we go, 157 for that. Engine. Wait, hold on. Did we? Yeah. We have got. Oh no, don't sell the catalytic converter. I bought that accidentally for something, and the car didn't need it in the end, so I'm just keeping that because I tend to do a lot of work on exhausts. And yeah, there's some broken stuff here, and again, I will keep all of those because they'll probably get used. Oh, these are... I've got all sorts of old guff from previous jobs that I've not got much to do with. Alright, all of that can go. I will keep the i3 engine parts for now. So yeah, the junkyard, if you want to spend forever searching, good way of making money. As I said, kind of a shame that we can't do a little bit more with repairing. It might be something that gets fixed at some point. It could also be because I'm still on the save file that I had at the very start of the game. As sometimes I have heard some rumours that you might need to restart the file. I don't know. It's the simple truth to that. Now, we're going to work on this car a little bit differently. I'm going to try the engine crane. Now, apparently there was a load of problems with the engine crane being funky, and I never had any issues when I tried it before this update that's supposed to have fixed it. Who knows really what's going to happen. Move the equipment to car lifter A. Now, let's try not break everything. Now, if we then go... we want to pull engine out, remove the engine first, unmount gearbox. Okay, so we actually have to unmount the gearbox ourselves from the car. It doesn't have a starter motor on it. I mean, that can be rectified easily enough. We'll strip the car down and, yeah, probably buy mostly new parts because that tends to be the easy way of doing things. I'll repair what I can, but as you've seen, not a huge amount of stuff can actually be repaired. I mean, some stuff is always never going to be repairable, like filters, for example. You shouldn't be able to repair a filter. You've got to replace it. It's been used, essentially. Yeah, but I would like to be able to see at least a little bit more in the way of bits being repairable. Now, I've taken out the gearbox. When I tried this engine crane thing, I think it was yesterday actually I tried the engine crane thing, it pulled the whole thing out, including the gearbox, so that's obviously part of the new update. Right, so that's pulled the engine out of there, so there we go. The engine is gone. Now, what we want to do is, the engine is now in my inventory, I believe, so if we then go here, add engine into crate, so then we take that and put it on, there we go. That's the ticket. Right, and then we have our engine on the on the stand. So now we can use this, and you can rotate it around to work on the various bits and pieces. Most of the engine work you'll probably still end up doing in the car, just because there's extra clicks getting it over here. But it's a nice thing to have. It's a nice thing to have as an option. Now I would assume that with that i3, for example, I could build that, because I don't have a car to put the i3 engine in, so I could build that engine up on the mount, if you like. I don't know why that's saying that says crane when never mind. But yeah, there we go. So that's the that's the engine out of the car. We will probably still end up having to strip this thing down, because I'll want to. I'll need to try and repair what I can and buy new bits as and where I can. As far as like aspiration swaps go, no one can really figure out how to put superchargers onto cars yet. I don't think it's something that's fully implemented, or engine swaps. I haven't seen ways of doing it as of yet, which is a little bit of a shame. As aside from building up these cars to sell, there's kind of there's not a huge amount of point in owning cars. Personally, I never really did very much with cars. On the previous Car Mechanic Simulator game, like owning cars, I would just buy stuff buy stuff to sell it straight on again. So yeah, there's still not necessarily a huge amount of reason to own cars aside from selling them. Selling them on at the moment. Although there are like supercharger parts and so on, which would suggest that is something that's supposed to be implemented. We will wait and see. What I am liking is that these cars are not complete that we're getting from the Junkyard. In previous Car Mechanic Simulator 15, when you'd buy cars from the auction house, you would get a car. It would be complete. Bodywork would be missing, but everything else would be there. And you would expect for some of these junk cars to have mechanical bits missing. The cars do still, on the most part, look quite complete that you're getting from. It would be kind of interesting to have just maybe like a rolling chassis somewhere, like cars without engines and that sort of thing as a find. There might be, I guess. I personally haven't come across any. And yeah, from all of the stuff that I've seen, and I've played a fair amount of this game, I haven't seen any cars turn up with just no bits. Or I say with no bits, but with, large chunks of engine missing. I mean, this has got, odd little bits. It's got a spark plug missing here and that sort of stuff. But yeah, like a very, very cheap car from the Junkyard with no engine or something to work on, because I'm probably going to end up chucking most of this engine. It'd just be an interesting thing to have as a possible find. Right, let's get all of this engine head off. The pistons and so on don't look in amazing condition. Nothing on this car is going to be in pretty condition. To be fair, I have seen worse cars come into the bloody workshop for customer job, or maybe not quite. Maybe not quite as terrible, but oh wow, I've got a shiny bit of metal going on in the timing cover. I'm looking at those conditions of the parts. There's a fair few are coming off at like 18%, but there are also a fair few that might be repairable. Like that timing cover, for example, might be something that we can repair. Anything that can save us money. I haven't really paid attention as to how much this car is all going to be worth by the time how much money I had before and so on. So we might end up losing a bit of money. Actually, I've just realised why it's easier to do this on the engine stand. Just figured it out, because you have to keep lifting the car bloody up and down to get to the different parts. That's quite useful. Also, why are you now like, no. I want to click on, there we go, that'll do. Yeah, you don't have to keep lifting the car up and down to get like the, that's why it comes in handy, to get like the crankshaft out, because you would traditionally have to lift it up to get the oil pan off, then put it down again, or lift it up to get the oil pan off, and then get all of these bearings off, and then put it down to get the pistons, and then put it back up again to get the crankshaft, and then down to get the engine block out. So by doing it like this, I figured out what happens, how things go well with this. There we go. See, Alex Genius to the rescue. I'm fairly sure these pistons are also supposed to be silver rather than. Piston rings are at 100. That first 100% part has come off the car. The piston rings are apparently in great condition. The piston is crap, but yeah, the shiny silver bit over there is the colour. Oh, I say shiny silver bit. It's kind of camo. We've kind of got a camo crankshaft going on, but the silver bit is what it's supposed to look like when it's more perfect condition piston rings. I would like to know how that has worked with the rest of this car. Yep, piston rings are a thing that's. that you have to worry about another part, essentially. I say worry about, but yeah, another part to rebuild, which kind of makes it, I say makes it peculiar, makes it surprising that while you've got the big end bearing, you've got piston rings, you still have the piston attached to the conrod. You don't have them as separate. I think you should also probably have taken the clutch off before taking the engine out, because that's a little bit phasey physics going on. Yeah, I think you're supposed to have taken off the clutch as well. You can take it out with all of that, but I think you're supposed to have taken that off beforehand. Have we completely stripped down that engine block? Looks like we have. Okay, and then we will take off the block. That is our engine taken apart. So yeah, that's a useful... Oh, it's not. There's a floaty bit. Fuel filter, come here. That's the engine completely got rid of. Let's just have a quick look. Now that I've got that engine off of there, we will put the engine... Oh, I might have broken things slightly. Go back. Go back. Oh dear. Oh dear, and we managed to duplicate the engine head, and I've seemed to have lost... Oh, I've broken many things. Many things that don't... Let's not fart around with that too much. I would just like to... I'm not going to... That's asking for trouble. I've duplicated the engine head a few times that I shouldn't have done. Whoopsie. I was trying to see if I could build the i3 engine... Well, never mind. Repair! We need to fix some stuff now. Maybe fix... Oh, okay, we get to... Some bits... Oh, okay. More bits are fixable in here than I was expecting there to be. That's cool. Right, let's go and try and not break everything. Now, I am just going to try and repair the lot of it, because if I break it, I want everything to be 100% on this car, so... Oh, hopefully that's fixed the expensive parts. So yeah, I've cocked that one up, I'm pretty sure the block went... I'd rather the block hadn't gone kaput. It's sometimes hard to tell whether it's gone kaput or whether it's gone to 100% and it's gone on to the next one. We'll just spam through. I think I did kill the block there, though. Please. Ah, bugger. Bugger and blast. We've fixed up a fair bit of the bearings, power steering pump, alternator, one of the engine heads at least. Both the engine... Okay, so we got both the heads. Also, that looks like... No, never mind. I was going to say it looks like a 6-cylinder engine, but never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, yeah, that's kind of... that's going to be a little bit expensive. I could, now that I've, got a decent amount of money, I could just get rid of that. I was like, I will get rid of that engine head, but I could go around the Junkyard and now try the V8 overhead valve engine, fairly common thing. I can go search for that. Hell, I could go try strip one. Not that I necessarily want to take the engine, but I could steal the engine out of the Magnum and then use that on here. Just go searching for parts rather than just go buying everything new. Save you a lot of money. It will cost you time, but it'll save you a lot of money to sort of go searching through to find the parts rather than buying them outright, which I might do. We might do that one. We might go for a search on car parts, see what sort of stuff we've ended up. Expensive stuff that's kind of broken on the car, and then we might go for a little bit of a search, see what we can find. Oh, of course, yeah, you take off all that lot there in one go, don't we? Oopsie, tie rods off, and then we can get these corners off. Condition-wise, this car doesn't look too terrible. Oh, we're going to lift the bloody thing up. Yeah, it doesn't look too awful. I mean, it's yeah, rusty in places, but again, I've seen a lot worse cars than this. Oh, we'll steal that as well. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't do work on the body for whatever reason. Body parts are one of the last things that you get to work on, and I don't quite know why it's so far down the... I'll show you how far down the tree it is. We go toolbox. You have to be level 35 to be able to repair body parts. I think you have to be level 30 to get the welder that you can then use to repair the body frame, because as far as I can tell, as far as I have searched around here, no option appears to repair body frame. Like in Car Mechanic Simulator 15, you have the what's it called? Oh, get out of the way, engine crane. Move equipment. Go back to your original place. You have a little welding tank that I think is accessible fairly early on, and yeah, you don't have that here, which I don't know. It seems like an odd way of doing it. I get like keeping the something like the dyno and maybe the paint booth until later on for the garage expansion, but the welder is a bit of a pain because I can't even pay somebody to do it. There's no way of paying to have it done. So yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but there we go. It is what it is. It's what we've kind of got to work with. This should be fairly... It's not too bad in the kind of the uninstall of suspension parts, especially in a car like this. It's relatively simple in terms of its suspension. Nothing too complicated on this car, that much is for sure. And there we go. We've still got leaf springs at the back, I would imagine. Yeah, it looks like it does. And then get over to this corner. Now, most of these bits here look like they're in good enough condition to potentially be repaired as well, saving me some money. Oopsie, didn't want to click on that. Come back. Oh, wrong side as well. There we go. Right, let's get rid of that, and then we can get the sway bar off. Unfortunately, I had hoped that the rubber bushings would all, like the cross member frame thing, what's the proper name for it? Suspension cross member, there we go. Would have, like the springs, for example, come with the various little bits attached within it. A few other things come with the rubber bushings kind of attached within them. The cross member at the front and the rear, for that matter, don't. So there are still loose bits of or loose rubber bushings that I will lose and forget about. Is that a brand new rear muffler? A middle muffler, sorry, it is, and a brand new rear muffler. That's quite nice. Now the way that I'm kind of working with this car would probably be a viable way of stripping a car down for parts and actually making money on it. With this vehicle costing $15,000 and the amount that you can potentially repair on it, compared to the cost of the Moon that I had last time when I tried it. If it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to restore this particular car, I think that this would probably be a very, very viable way of stripping a car down for parts, repairing stuff, and then making a decent profit. Probably not as much of a profit from that as you get from searching through the junk heaps and finding engine blocks and so on. But yeah, certainly would be a way to make money. As I said in the earlier videos, I like. While this game has its problems, undoubtedly, a lot of the bugs being the main ones, quite frankly, I do like the number of new ways of making money, new stuff to be doing. It's just kind of expanded and improved on the 2015 game, as you would hope, essentially. However, yeah, unfortunately, it is a little bit on the buggy side. It is getting better. There's about an update a day, I think, going on at the moment, fixing stuff. As I say, it's improving. It'll probably still frustrate you from time to time. I didn't have too many problems. Typically, the first couple of days I played it, when it was potentially worse, I didn't personally have very many problems. And now it's supposedly getting better, is when I run into more of them. But there we go. And now I think we're almost. We're going to take off those bits first. And take out the rear drive axle, and that, I think, is pretty much the car done. I say done. That's the car. That's the car stripped down. The body frame is pretty wrecked. I mean, we can get away with hiding a lot of it because we'll have body panels over it, which is nice. Because yeah, I can't do anything about it. Is that a brand new rear bumper? I think we have. It doesn't tell you percentage either on the parts, sadly, when you tear them off the car. Or for the bodywork, sorry. It does for everything else, but for the body panels and so on, it doesn't tell you. Yeah, they're good condition parts. Shall we go into interior disassemble? Oh, actually, it does have all its full accompaniment of seats. And we'll get rid of the steering wheel. And, oh, of course, number plate. We get rid of the front fenders. I forgot they were part of the thing that we could take off. Front bumper. Oh, yeah, front license plate. Front bumper. And there we go. That is the car. That is our car. That is our car stripped down. That is going to be our project car. We will continue the build next time. We've got 3 engine heads from my 3s that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I don't know what happened to the block either. The block's kind of gone walkies. It is lost in the ether, is the i3 engine block. Well, I guess that plan's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's wandered. That's going to be it though for this video. Next time out, we might go searching for parts. I might see if I can sneakily get a V8 overhead valve engine from the junkyard rather than having to go buy one outright because I'm a cheapskate. And it might be quite fun trying to salvage as many parts as we can from the junkyard. You can go back to the junkyard as often as you like, and it will sort of respawn every time you go back. Unlike the barn finds, that once you've gone to them, that's it. The junkyard, you can head back at any time, and there'll be new stuff in there. So we can go searching for engines and whatnot, really. Either way, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.